Everyone, today I received a email from Brendan. I forgot his name, but I know he was called Brendan, with the question why I was making a borderline personality show or play, or how you want to call it, but theater play. That's mainly because many reasons, but basically because there are so many misconceptions about it. Because when I was diagnosed with it at 16 with borderline traits, you get diagnosed with borderline traits because they cannot diagnose you with borderline personality in full, because you are like, in your puberty. I get a hassle every time I say that word. And when I was like 17, they told me, or basically, no, right after they diagnosed me, it was like, well, when you are 18, you aren't gonna be diagnosed with borderline in full. Like it was some kind of achievement that I've made. And I didn't understand a single thing about myself, all the videos of me crying when my girlfriend broke up with me 3 years ago. It's called borderline in a relationship. I didn't understand a single thing of myself. I'm not saying that I do now, because my borderline is way too complex to understand even for myself, but I'm trying to make the best out of it now. And I realized that many people have no clue whatsoever about borderline personality disorder, and since I am in the position to be allowed to make such things, I decided to make a play about it. But I have been wanting to do this for 4 years, 5 years, or actually since I got diagnosed with it. And I basically realized that doing comedy or theater or like plays are my thing. I just wanted to do something with it, but it's kind of hard. There is not exactly one reason why I don't want to make a thing about it, because there are many difficult explainable reasons why I want to make a play about that. But mainly, and that's to answer Brendan's question, is that when I got diagnosed and I felt alone. I extremely felt alone, and I'm still crying about when I think about that time, because it was really horrible. I didn't mean to make a crying video ever again since the last crying video I've made 4 years ago now. But it's mainly because it feels so lonely, and when I search on YouTube or Google or where the fuck I ever search in, you only get negative things of borderline. But the truth is, everyone has a little piece of borderline in themselves, And of course, borderline is living with extremes, and borderline is living with hell and heaven at the same time. But I just want to make this play because there are so many misconceptions about it, and there are so many judgmental people around, well, everywhere, about borderline, or even being sick or being not good enough. In this society, you can't even fail. You are not allowed to fail. That's absolutely wrong to even think about failing. But that's not the case, You are human, and with this society, it's about making progress, doing something good, get a status, and be something important. Well, in my point of view, the only thing that's important is being happy. And for borderline people, being happy is like a huge thing, because when the fuck are you happy, and when the fuck are you even feeling something that's appropriate without going to extremes and go like that? So I cannot give you a concrete answer about why, what, where, when I want to make this borderline thing, but it's mainly to raise awareness and to make people feel less alone, and even their environment. I just want for people to know I'm not alone. And I might be crazy and borderline, but hey, it's not always that easy, or it's not always that weird that I'm feeling this, because when you get the diagnosis, it's about people tend to treat you like you are a freak and you are to be stayed away from, but that's not the case. Borderline personality disorder has its hellish sides and destructive sides, but I just want to show them the whole picture, because having borderline, from my opinion, is hard. It's hell, I admit that, and right now I'm not feeling very comfortable with myself either. But it's livable if you have a stable environment around yourself. It's livable. It's not always about what you see on TV or read on the internet about serial killers and stuff like that. So that's mainly why I wanted to make this theater piece. And I know it's kind of rambling, but I decided to make a video about it after all. And I hope I answered your question. And don't forget, if you have any question you want to ask, or you want to say something, or maybe people can help me with the theater piece, because it's mainly about my experiences, but I also want people to know that borderline can be like this or like that, So I hope I answered your questions the way you wanted me to answer them, and I hope to see you soon. So bye bye, stay safe, and see you soon.